there you are, my darling. Oh, my precious, precious baby boy. Come here. Mwah, mwah. Oh, let me take a good look at you. Oh, I've missed you so, so much. You have no idea. How could you do this to me, disappearing for such a long day? Hello? 24 hours? For a lady of my age is a lot time to spend alone on my own. But what are we doing outside? Please come in. You know, time has a funny way of slipping by, doesn't it? It feels like we blink, and days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. But no matter how much time passes, some things never change. Because you'll always be the one I care for the most. Well, I've been thinking about you a lot lately, and it's not like I don't always think about you. But these past few days, I don't know, I felt it more acutely. What am I referring to? I'm talking about this pull I have toward you. Every little thing, every little moment seems to remind me of you. And I catch myself smiling just because you're in my heart. Oh. I was sitting out on the porch the other day, just watching the sunset, and it was the kind of evening that makes you forget about the rest of the world. The sky was all these beautiful shades of pink and purple, and for a moment I could almost feel you beside me. I don't know why, but it was as if you were there, sharing that moment with me, even though we were apart. I know that you must work, that you have a job to accomplish, but I always found myself thinking about the times we shared. You, my precious boy, the way your presence fills the space between us, how we don't need to say much to understand each other. You know, I've never quite had that with anyone else. It's as though we speak a language all our own. Do you remember when we first met? I remember the way you look at me. Like you could see through all the walls I'd built around myself. And for somebody of your young age, that's a pretty sensitive touch of yours. And I think that was the first time I realized how much you meant to me. You made me feel seen, understood, in a way that I hadn't felt in years, and it's only grown since then. I think that over time, you've become the center of my world, and that thought, oh, that simple and small thought, it both overwhelms me and brings me such peace at the same time. I want you to know something, my dear. It's not always easy to admit, but I've realized something about myself. I'm someone who's always been independent. I've always kept my distance, built my own life, stayed strong and resilient. But when you came into my life, you slowly began to change that, to change everything, piece by piece. You made me realize that it's okay to let someone else in, to allow myself to be cared for, to be loved. And that's not something I ever expected. But I'm so glad it's you. Oh, but where are my manners? Would you like some coffee? I'll prepare some for you. With sugar? Okay. What do you mean? What did you do for me? Everything. You've done something for me that no one else has been able to do. You made me feel more alive than I ever felt. And every time we're together, I feel like I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. You're the one I want beside me for all life's moments. The quiet ones, the loud ones, the happy and the sad ones. I want to experience them all with you. Now remember a funny story. The other day I was in the kitchen making the dish you love because I wanted so. You know the one, right? The chicken with rosemary and garlic. I was stirring the pot and I could almost picture you walking through the door smiling. Oh, that smile of yours, just like you always do when you're excited for dinner. It's those little things, those everyday moments that make life so rich. I cherish them more than anything. And I love the way you enjoy the food I make. It's the simple joys, simple as that remind me how much I appreciate you. My precious boy lifesaver. Well, it's not my fault if you always had a way of making me feel so special. If you weren't such a gentleman, then who knows? It's not just the big things, the grand gestures, though they matter, and I actually appreciate them. I'm a woman who enjoys grand gestures, even grand jewelry, as you may see. But sometimes it's the little things you do, the way you listen when I speak, the way you touch me when I need comforting. You know just how to calm me, even how to reassure me. And when life feels chaotic, you know that you can always come here and feel safe between my arms. When the world is moving too fast, you bring a stillness to my soul, and I'm forever grateful for that, for you being here in my life. There you go. I hope you enjoy this. Listen, do you ever wonder how we got here? I do sometimes. I think about how our lives were before we met. How we both had our own routines, our own separate worlds. My lonely life as a rich woman but with no soul. And then in the blink of an eye, you became this constant in my life. How it's hard to imagine now my life without you in it. Sometimes I just lay in bed at night and think about you. Your smooth hair, your bright smile, your dead eyes. Well, nobody's perfect, but you're just too precious for me. I close my eyes and I can feel the warmth of your touch. I hear your soft voice, like you're still here with me. And I realize in those moments how deeply I've fallen for you. It's not just about the physical, though that part is certainly wonderful. No. It's about how you make me feel. How you make me feel seen, cared, and understood, as I've said before. You have a way of loving me that makes me feel like I'm exactly where I belong. Between your arms, of course. I don't know if I've told you this enough, but you make me feel like the best version of myself. And it's like that I'm with you. I love you, and you love me. And there is nothing better than this. I'm the person I've always meant to be. You make me feel strong yet tender, and I want to give you everything. My time, my love, my trust. And most of all, I want to make sure you know how much you mean to me. How much you've changed my world. Oh, trust me. My life couldn't be any better than this simple moment of watching you drinking that cup of coffee. You're so cute with these small lips of yours. I always thought that dating someone younger could have been a mistake. A troublemaking situation, maybe. But remember that day we spent at the lake? Yeah, the one we talked along the shore, talking about everything and nothing all at once. You know, it's moments like those that remind me of how easy it is to be with you. No pressure, no expectations, just being present in each other's company. I think that's what I love the most. Those simple, quiet times where it's just you and me and nothing else in the world matters anymore. Just you and me. I know, it's not your fault. It's your job's fault. And it doesn't matter how many times I've proposed to you that I would have taken care of you, financially, physically, emotionally, but you will never accept it. You're too proud of it. You got the heart of a baby boy, but the soul of a man. Yeah, I know that life always kinda pulls us in different directions, but I want you to promise me something, my love. Promise me that you'll take time for us. For these moments at least. For this connection we share. Don't get lost in everything else. You deserve this time. We deserve it. I want us to carve out these moments, even if it's just for a cup of coffee, like this, or a quiet evening. We need to hold on the things that matter the most. You know, as much as I cherish our time together, I think I also come to understand something important. It's not just the big moments that make life special. It's the everyday things we share. The quiet conversations, the looks across a crowded room, even the meme we share, the way our hands brush when we're sitting next to each other. Those are the moments that fill me with the most warmth. And there's something about you that brings out the best in me. I've learned to be more open, more vulnerable with you than I've been ever with anyone else. I trust you in a way that's so rare. You make me feel safe. And I think that's why when I'm with you, I feel so free. Free to be myself, free to love you without fear or hesitation. I don't know if I've ever been this happy before, you know? Not in the way I'm with you. It's not about the rush of excitement or the fleeting moments of passion. Though those are certainly beautiful. It's about the steady, constant warmth of knowing you're by my side. It's the quiet moments where we're just being ourselves. The handsome boy outside my door and me. And all that matters is us. That's the kind of happiness I never thought I'd find. But I found it with you. Only you, only you. And I want to grow old with you, just being hugged with you. I want to be there for you. Always. But for now, I want us to enjoy the here and now. Let's savor every moment, shall we? So come here, sit with me for a while, and put your head on my soft thighs, okay? There you go. Sleep well, my love. I'll be here when you wake. Always. Because no matter where life takes us, I know we'll face it together. Always.